Another Mastermind hit.
You are now watching Cannabis Live TV. Product reviews by Mastamynd. Interviews with licensed professionals. Patient interviews. Exclusive dispensary owner interviews. And don't forget, music by Mastamynd. Like and subscribe. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of 420 Live Ohio. Thank you for being here. If you haven't already, go ahead and do me a big favor and hit that like, subscribe button. I really appreciate you being here. And, I can't keep growing the channel without your support. So I definitely want to make sure that you're subscribed to the channel so that you can receive updates, especially about all the different things that we got going on. So today we have a busy show. First thing we're going to do is just do what we always do and find out what everybody's medicating on, and make sure we're getting all our comments coming in there. Hello, how are you? Good to see you here. Facebook comments should be now live as well. Hey, I'm feeling kind of not so great, so I'm going to explain that to you guys as well, so you guys can kind of get an update on my situation. Hey, good to see you, Michael. Welcome back. So, what's everybody medicating on right now? For me, today, I'm doing some CBD by Green Harvest Health. As you might have remembered, we had Dr. Bridget on the show as one of the guests, and you might see her face in the intro. So after having some more conversations with Dr. Bridget, I decided to try some of her CBD only oil. And the name of the company again is Green Harvest Health. This is the full spectrum. This is just a little sample thing. But I've been trying to add some more CBD and hemp into my regimen. Okay, nice motor breath. Nice, lovely. I definitely am a fan of motor breath. I think it's great. No matter which cultivator I've tried, they all seem to be pretty decent. My favorite right now being the one by Verano. That's one of my favorite ones. Elbow cow, huh? Okay. And so just to give you guys an update, and it looks like I'm not seeing Facebook comments here. Let me just double check that here. Yeah, okay. Somebody on Facebook say something. Well, let me double check my system here. Sometimes this thing will kick me out. So I'm gonna go back and turn this off and turn it back on. See if that helps solve the problem. Okay. Sadly, I'm without your registered nurse. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. So yeah, let me see what's going on with Facebook here real quick before we go any further. So I do want to make sure that you guys are coming through, and I don't see you coming through. So let's see. There's 4 people on Facebook. Let me just say, what's up, Swango? Okay, here, it's working now. We're good. Aha, there's my guy. All right, so Facebook, share the video, man. Share the video. So, first off, I just want to let those who don't know, I have cirrhosis of the liver, in addition to the traumatic brain injury that I have. So, when you have cirrhosis of the liver, this is a liver disease. There's no cure for it other than getting a liver transplant. However, I don't need a liver transplant at this time. But an evolution or a complication of cirrhosis is something called portal hypertension. And I'm going to give you just a simple explanation of what it is. It's just pressure in the veins inside of your liver. And what can happen with that is if there's too much pressure, then you can have a rupture, which they call varices, and that's kind of like where you have bleeding inside. So what they typically do was go in there and do a repair to either relieve the pressure or stop the bleeding. So that's where I'm at right now. My next procedure to see if I have the internal bleeding is on May the 11th. And so until then, I don't really know if I have varices. I just know I have portal hypertension, and you know, it's almost likely to get the varices. So the idea is hopefully I haven't got the varices yet, or it's called, if you want to look it up, esophageal varices, because that's what it's about. You know, hopefully I will get lucky like I have been before, and it won't be already bleeding, and they'll be able to prevent it or give me some medicine. So if you notice that I haven't put out a lot of review videos, that's why. If you notice I've been kind of late to some of the meetings, that's why. Yeah, I like Clutch. Hey, how you doing, Jeffrey? Yeah, I was just gonna get to that. You rolled right into my next topic. So looking at our forecast for the week for Ohio, you know, it's been a little bit chilly. We'll have another little bit of chill tonight, but then it'll start warming up. I'm looking over at the forecast here. I don't have it on the screen for you, unfortunately. I'm working on getting my own little weather forecast here. But looks like we're gonna see temperatures next week that'll be up in the 70s. Looks like, you know, right now the weekend is still gonna be a mild weekend. Looks like it'll be dry. I don't see any rain, guys, in the forecast here in Central Ohio till about Wednesday or Thursday. So, you know, if you want me to check on your forecast and add it to the show, let me know. Send me email or comment in the description and tell me to add your weather to the forecast for Friday's 420 Live. All right. So there was one other thing that I wanted to show you guys, and now I realize that I didn't have a chance to download it. Maybe this is it right here. I think it is. And let me see if I can get this downloaded. So the next thing I'm gonna talk about is something we talk about on the show all the time. Sucker always tries to act up on me right before I come on the show. Yeah, Sunday is gonna be nice. You're right, Swango. It's gonna be all right. So, you know, every time I do the show, I like to touch base on the numbers here and kind of just show you where we're at. You know, numbers were up over 22,000 yesterday, and now they're back down again, but they're still up. And you can see we're kind of riding the wave here. So, you know, we still got to keep taking precautions and wearing masks. And if you feel like getting the vaccine, great. I just want to give you an update on my vaccine progress. My next shot for my vaccine, the Pfizer vaccine, is scheduled for April the 12th. That's why it's taking so long for me to get the procedure done, because I have to get the vaccine first and then wait 2 weeks before I could actually have my procedure. So, you know, the life of being an Ohio resident in this program with the way stuff's going, you know, and this is something that we all kind of struggle with, but I'm just like, I'm sick of it, man. It's like everything I always have to go through these extra, it's like they told me either if you want to get it done faster, what you could do is just go ahead and get another COVID test, a COVID-19 test. And I was like, it's either get a shot in the arm or get a pipe cleaner up the nose. I'll take the shot in the arm instead of the pipe cleaner up the nose. If you haven't had a COVID-19 test, then you don't know what I mean when I say pipe cleaner up the nose. But if you've had a COVID-19 test, you know what I mean when I say pipe cleaner up the nose, right? Right. All right. So, you know, something else I want to touch base on too is that every Saturday at 7:30 p.m. on Zoom and eventually on my website, we will be probably changing over from Zoom to my website soon. I'm working on upgrading my website. I just also want you guys to know that I'm also working on building a privacy policy on my website. So I'm working on that. Please be patient with me. I'm making sure that we have all the official things on our website to make it 100% official, legit, make sure there's no issues. And I've also upgraded the layer of security that is available on my website to protect anyone that uses my website and signs on to it. So that's something that I'm paying extra money for to make sure, but I always got to stay on top of them. So now they charge me for a new year of protections, and I'm gonna go back and audit and make sure we have the best protection on our website. And like I said, I'm going to make sure that there's the terms of service and a privacy policy like you see on other websites. It's just that as one person, I had to create all these things by myself. So I will definitely get it done. Don't worry. I got all the overhaul done on all the pages mostly. There's a few more things I have to add in, but then you'll see the privacy policy. We'll be able to review it and see it and tell me if I need to add things to it or whatever. But like I said, every Saturday we're having meetings. I know I call the meetings token Zoom, but it's not just a place where it's just not us getting there and medicating. You have from the Zoom to my website. I'm hoping that will streamline the process and allow people to be able to not have to worry about dealing with Zoom. You'll just be able to click a link and it'll take you right to the meeting. And I'm still testing it out, and maybe we'll test it tonight, depending on what's going on. So, like I said, there's a meeting tomorrow. It's at 7:30. We will be discussing more about our meeting with Senator Yuko. It wasn't just me. There were other patients that were present at that meeting who had a chance to speak with Senator Yuko. And, you know, just what I want to tell you guys is that we talked about the challenges that are going on with the program. And one thing that I gained from this meeting is that, one, I need to meet with more lawmakers and more leaders. Two, if you want to see some things done in your community, whether it's getting another dispensary or better pricing, you got to start talking to the people that are in charge of your government, your mayors, your state representatives, your congressmen. You need to reach out. And I don't mean just send an email. We're done with just sending emails now. Now we want meetings. We want hearings. So one thing I'm going to be working on this summer is trying to come up with a way to have public hearings or public meetings where patients can meet up together. You ready for it? You ready for this? In person or virtually. I said it, in person or virtually, and be able to make lawmakers hear from us in person or virtually about the concerns that we have. And the idea that we're thinking about doing is doing this on a regional basis. That way we can kind of cover each area of the state and address each area of the state individually. That way it doesn't just be one big group of people. That way we can kind of make it smaller groups. So we're going to be working on that in the summer. So I definitely want you guys to stay tuned for that. Before we get to today's main topic, I do want to also, man, there's people that care about us, but they're not in control of the government. How about that? A lot of confusion is out there about who's running the program and who's calling the shots. So I just want to let you guys know that Senator Yuko is the one that actually wrote the program, although he isn't the one that is managing the program, and he doesn't have oversight over the program. So, you know, even though he's the one that started the program and came up with the bill and got it through, he wasn't the one that has direct control over how it operates or any of the things that we're facing right now. So that's the reason why I had the meeting with Senator Yuko, so that I could learn more about his involvement with this bill, with this program that we're in, and how we could try to figure out how to make things better. So that's something I'm going to work hand in hand with Senator Yuko and other lawmakers all over the state. And I can't do it by myself. I am ill. And if y'all want to see some stuff get straightened out, you can't just complain on social media about it and expect that to be enough. I'm sorry, that just won't work. You have to actually talk to these people face to face. And what we were able to do in our meeting with Senator Yuko is allow people to share their stories with Senator Yuko about the experiences that they're having that are related to the Ohio medical marijuana program. So that's what you need to be able to do. So I know some people are afraid, but these are the people who are making decisions about your program. These are people who are voting on X, Y, and Z. If you don't hold them accountable for what's going on with your program, nothing will be getting fixed. Nothing. If you don't vote next year for the people who support cannabis, nothing will get fixed. Everybody who's crying home grow and all this other stuff, if you don't get out there and do your part, nothing is going to change. I promise you that. It cannot be just Anthony Riley and Ohio Cannabis Live. It can't just be 4 or 5 people to show up on the weekends at the meeting. It has to be all 200 and some odd thousand people who signed up for this program and paid their hard-earned money to be a part of this program. Enough is enough. You hear what I'm saying to you? Enough is enough. If we don't stand up now, it's never going to get better. I'm telling you. And this is why you had to start contacting people immediately. You need to figure out who your mayor is and send them an email and say, hey, can we have a conversation about medical cannabis? Can we have a meeting with you? We would love to talk to you. Get your people in your town together. Find out who else is in the same town as you who is a cannabis patient and who would like to join you together, because we need everybody together and organized together. All these separate operations, they are not going to work. It has to be one unified message. We want a better program, period. And everything else underneath it goes. And something else I want to show you guys. I didn't add this into my presentation, but I am going to show this to you. And what I call this is the 4 corners of why we need hearings. Okay. And I'm going to share this with you guys. And this is something I also sent to the senator as well. But I want you guys to read it. I want you guys to understand. Let me make sure you can see this. Okay, that's kind of blurry. I don't know why it's blurry. Huh. Weird. Huh. What happened there? That's weird. I don't know why it got blurry there on me. Okay. All right, so for those who can't see it, I'm gonna just read it to you. Yes, thanks, Brian, for taking the first step, man, the first step. So what I call this is the 4 corners of why we need public hearings. So the first thing I'm going to start with is patient rights and protections, okay? That's employment protection, that's housing protection, that's medical care and bias protection. So for all those people who feel like, you know, they're being treated unfairly by their provider, that's what I'm talking about. If you're feeling like you're being asked to do stuff just to keep your card or just to keep your medicine, that's what I'm talking about. I'm also talking about child custody and bias protection. When I talk about patient access, and I left one off here, but I will be adding it. And under patient access, I've got fair pricing standards, additional dispensaries, delivery, home grow, transportation assistance, indigent status, including Medicare and Medicaid and food stamp assistance. And what I'm missing from there is more additional qualifying conditions, such as autism, anxiety, and drug addiction or opiate addiction. Those things need to be added. When I talk about product and service quality, I'm talking about universal product labels, universal product storage guidelines, universal dispensary operation standards, universal product refund policy for bad or defective products. When I talk about conflict resolution and public communication, the Board of Pharmacy should have trained staff to communicate with patients regarding product concerns, registry issues, and dispensary errors. Cultivators and processors should be allowed to attempt to resolve product conflict issues with patients. However, the Board of Pharmacy needs a universal process these LLCs can operate by. Board of Pharmacy needs to include patients in the rulemaking process by allowing public and verbal written testimony in various formats, such as pre-recorded video or audio, Zoom, text, MS, or US mail or email. The Board of Pharmacy should be issuing a newsletter to update patients monthly or quarterly to keep patients in the loop on topics that have been related to the program. Yes, they just released another newsletter. I'm not even going to put it up on the screen for you because it does not yield any new information that you don't already know, that hasn't already been conveyed to you in the previous newsletter. So I don't see the point of putting redundant information back up here. And the last thing I've got here, LLC owners should be allowed to openly host tours, patient interviews, and special promotions for patients and the dispensaries themselves. So this goes back to what I was denied on before when I asked for, you know, to be able to interview them and let them do a little, you know, advertising or whatnot, or just give them an opportunity to speak to the community directly and maybe have a dialogue with them. Of some sorts, and I am still waiting to hear back if I'm gonna get approved for my interview with Pierre, Ohio. Ha! Surprise! I bet y'all didn't know that. So, you know, I'm trying, and it's hard, guys. It's super hard for a patient to be able to break through. And so I also want to let you guys know that I'm going to be, emailing lawmakers myself. So it's not going to just be you, but I'm going to be emailing them myself. And what I wanted to show you guys is that what I also have done, where did it go? Hold on. It's not looking like I want it to look. This looks all like horrible. So hold on. Had a little technical glitch here with my yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'll have to close that out there. It looks horrible, so I'm gonna have to do this over. But no, what I wanted to show you guys how to do, and it's going to come up here on the screen in a second, is how to use my website to participate in the rulemaking process. And what I mean by that is, this will and I don't know why it's coming up like this. It looks tacky and cheesy, and you guys know I'm picky. That's not how I roll. So let me just show you in a different screen. This isn't what I wanted to do, but this is what I'm going to show you. So here's my phone, and I'm just going to start from scratch and go open up my website. I'm going to turn off the comments that are popping up on the screen temporarily. So this is a really quick video, so this will not take up your time. But I'm going to hit play, and I'm on my website, ohiocanvaslive.com, starting at the top page so you can see where I'm at. And as you can see at the bottom, I've got here an option that says, I haven't got to it there. Wait for it. There you go. Submit comment for rule changes. Okay. When you hit that button, you're going to see the email come up and you start typing what you want to say. Obviously, I'm just typing this for demo purposes, but I just want you to get it. And as you can see, that correct address is already in there for you. So you don't have to know what the address is. You don't have to spell it or any of that. When you click this button on my website, it's going to automatically take you to your email account system of your sort. It doesn't matter whether you're on your phone, your computer, your iPhone. I don't care what device it is. It's going to work. And all you need to do is then put in what you need to say. That's it. And I can't make it no easier than that because you guys had to start participating. The rule code that is here, I'll go over it again with you, is the code for additional dispensary licenses. And just so you can see what I'm talking about, this is from the hearing on March 12th. Now, they may be saying that they're no longer taking comments, but I still want you to send in your comment anyway. How about that? So, it seems to me like we got these rules here that they threw out here that were supposed to be the ones they discussed, but these are not the rules that I was referring to in my article I posted on my blog today about those options to remove the tier system and also to change the daily unit. So that's what I was inquiring about. They done just skip past that whole process. And I'm here to tell you guys, that's not right. We were supposed to have a second opportunity to comment on the rules to remove the tier system, the rules to change, the daily unit. There were 4 or 5 different ORC codes that were out there that they proposed. We were supposed to have a second chance to comment on that as part of the rulemaking process. And I have a handout that I was provided from the Board of Pharmacy that outlines this process. And, shout out to Grant Miller who provided that document to me to help me understand how it's supposed to work, and also for me to see for myself that it's not working properly. And if you've read my post recently that I just posted, you'll see that I did receive an email from Grant Miller apologizing for the lack of communication or understanding, because it's obvious that it's disorganized at this point because the information we're getting there is inconsistent. And the email that I provided outlines and shows you how, I'm being told one thing as an advocate, another advocate sends out an email and she gets told something entirely different. And when we go on the website to look for that information, it's not there. And as you can see in my email, I asked them, why was that information deleted? We just want the answers. We want to know, are you going to eliminate the tier system? Because I can tell you, I can show you right here on my website and on my YouTube channel, the video where they voted to remove the tier system. It was voted to be happening. And according to the email, it was in the process of being completed. And that final process, after they completed the CSI portion, involves another public hearing with comments from the public. So I don't know what happened. I don't know why we don't have answers on this, but I'm gonna keep pressing until we get answers on this. Not to take away from the issues that were outlined in the March 12th hearing. However, I don't feel like that hearing really actually went through these ORC codes, and I don't really feel like we had a fair opportunity to speak at the hearing because many of us were inadvertently muted. So, and most people don't know how to operate Microsoft Teams to figure out how to raise your hand or whatever you do to send a smoke signal up to let somebody know that you were trying to say something. So I'm looking at y'all comments. Hey, Carrie, you said after you get your vaccines, you want to meet the legislature with you. Okay, I understand that. You know, I certainly hear you on that. That's like I said, I'm waiting to get my vaccine, and you know, there's a lot going on right now. I know you guys heard there was an attack on the Capitol just here a couple hours ago. That just blew my mind. I haven't turned my TV on all day, so I didn't know about it. So that kind of blew my mind. So, all right, let's move on to what I wanted to show you guys today, and I just want to thank the folks over at the Ohio marijuana community of Reddit and Discord, and I just really appreciate the opportunity to work with other social media networks and people who are running these different forums to try to come together to help bring information to patients. So I'm going to go ahead and put this chart on the screen that they provided, that they made, and I think it's wonderful. And here it is. And again, like I said, you can follow these groups if you like. Here is their social media information. And I do find these communities to be useful to me, to allow me to hear what other patients are thinking and how they're having experiences, whether they're good or bad. And also just to have another set of people to talk to and get a good conversation about cannabis. So again, shout out to my folks on Discord and Reddit. For working with me to provide you guys with this chart. So I'm gonna go into the chart a little bit and kind of give you guys, for those who can't see it, I'm gonna read it out for you so you'll know. So at the very top here, we have Verano, which many of you may have seen. They sell flower right now. Verano's is a multi-state operator based out of Illinois, and they have operations elsewhere as well. So currently what we know, or what we've been hearing, is that Have a Heart Cincy was sold to Verano, Mad Rivers Remedies was sold to Verano, and Ohio Grown Therapies potentially sold to Verano. Since there has not been a press release, these are this is information that we have based on reports, based on information we're getting from various sources. Some of these come from various filings and things like that, other sources that are available online in other states where these companies operate, where they're required to disclose what companies they're affiliated with, and you know, that kind of thing. So, you know, for those who didn't know this, if you look at it a little bit closer, we have a Heart, which is in Cincinnati, Mad Rivers, which is Riverside, which is also close to Dayton, Ohio. And then we have Bowling Green in Canton. See, those used to be, Bowling Green used to be Soothing. So, and then there was always a Zen Leaf in Canton. So the understanding here is that Zen Leaf, in this chart, Zen Leaf is going to have a Bowling Green, Canton, Newark, Dayton, and Cincinnati location. So that will be quite an expansion for those folks. Now, the other part too, and they don't have it on this chart, but I showed you this before. Verano operates with a company, an LLC called Mothers Grows Best. So this is a partnership operation where they're working hand in hand with an MSO in regards to their company. So this is kind of like a partnership, a shared ownership of some sorts. If you want to look more into it, their information is available on the state's website, and you can review their license application whenever you choose to see all the details. All that information is public information, and that's why we can talk about it the way we do now, because it's public information. Okay, moving on to, I like this one, Green Thumb Industries. You probably never heard of them, but you might have seen GTI, right? Does that sound familiar? Like GTI edibles? There you go. Green Thumb Industries, GTI. Okay, now also you might see down here Rise, which, you know, they have the Toledo location, the Lakewood location, the Cleveland location, the Lorain location, and also the Lakewood location. So they have 5 locations here. Okay, now we're looking at another MSO, Cresco, which is more known by its brand name as Sunnyside. The Sunnyside. No, I don't know about that. And they took over Verdant, except for the Columbus store. So now that gives them a Sunnyside Chillicothe, a Sunnyside Newark, a Sunnyside Marion, a Sunnyside Cincinnati, and a Sunnyside Wintersville. So they have 5 shops. So just so you understand, each multi-state operator is only allowed a maximum of 5 dispensaries. And that's why you're seeing this. So if you look at it, each one of these companies now has 5 dispensaries, but not all of them. Okay, now we're looking at the next MSO, Columbia Care. And Columbia Care purchased Strawberry Fields. This has been rumored for a while, but I actually heard from employees at Strawberry Fields themselves. So I have been able to personally verify this. So now Columbia Care, which is a cultivator that recently launched in Ohio's market, has a total of 4 dispensaries: Marietta, Logan, Dayton, and Monroe. I'm not quite sure, but I do believe the name will remain the same for now. Another MSO, PharmaCann. They launched their flower first in the bags under the Matter brand. Many people did not like it because it's in a bag. Well, that's all right. They are now over top of Verilife, which was initially just in Cincinnati, but now will be in Wapakoneta, Hillsboro, which used to be Debbie's, and Cincinnati, which was already there. So they have Wapakoneta, which used to be the Eagle, and they have Debbie's, which is in Hillsboro. And then they already had their Cincinnati store. Next, we're moving down to a much smaller one, Curaleaf, who just recently launched their flower, and they now took over Herbology, which only had 2 locations. As you can see, Pure Ohio is owned by Pure Ohio. They have 2 stores. They actually had 3 at one point, but they actually they sold one of those over to the Forest, and now the Forest has 2 locations, which over here you can see they're owned by Standard Wellness. And last, Ohio Clean Leaf, which owns Ohio Provisions in Carroll, Ohio. So this pretty much gives you an overview of some of the shops. Now there are some shops that are not on this chart that are privately owned. That would be Ohio Valley Natural Relief in Wintersville, Ohio Cannabis Company in Coshocton, Leaf Relief, G Leaf, and About Wellness. I don't think so, because a lot of these places are still bleeding money from all the ridiculously crazy state fees they keep making up for everything under the sun. Like if you want to name a candy bar, it's $100 per candy bar or some nonsense like that. Or if you want to make a drink, it's $200 to submit an application for that, for them to say, nah, I don't like the flavor, it didn't taste good to me. And you know, those kind of shenanigans. So it's really a lot going on, guys. I mean, between the frustration with how the board is operating, the way the program is structured right now, it's all completely just garbled and chaotically a mess. A lot of rules don't make sense, and so it's really hard. Hey, Hippie Smiles, how you doing? I hope you're feeling good. It's good to see you here. And do it for the person and help them do it. Walk them through it step by step. We can do that, and that will start getting some waves. And you know, the more lawmakers that receive comments or contacts or requests for meetings from their constituents, the more likely they're going to start saying, we really need to pay attention. I'm really starting to get a lot of communications and messages about this and phone calls about this. And a lot of people want to have meetings. So, you know, we have to make the case for these hearings and meetings with these lawmakers. And we have to transition over from just sending emails and posting on social media to actually making them look at us face to face, eye to eye. And, you know, of course, we want to be nice and professional and respectful and courteous, but we also want to see some things taken care of. And to me, if we could eliminate the tier system, that would be a huge burden off people's shoulders. People could stop shopping based on THC numbers. I think that having a 2.8 unit switch to a 2.5 unit and only taking 1 day instead of 2 days, I think that will help out a lot. That means you can get 5 grams and it's only going to be 2 days. So I really think that that would be a significant change that would help our program. And it's not going to fix all the issues all overnight or anything like that. Don't get me wrong, but it will make a difference that we will notice. And that's how I look at it. I'm tired of this tier 1, tier 2 stuff. It's really, really frustrating when you know they already decided at some point to get rid of it because it's stupid. Said about to walk in Bloom after an hour wait. That sounds about right for Bloom on a Friday when them stimulus checks just dropped. Cash, ching, 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 ching. So, yes, please be careful this weekend. Stimulus checks have dropped again. And you should know everybody and their cousin and their uncle and everybody else is going to be out. Shop, shop, shop. And, you know, I know that everybody will be locked and loaded tomorrow for the meeting. So I'll be looking forward to see what you got with your stimulus checks. And, you know, I think that'll be awesome. And like I said, I just think that, you know, as we keep going, it's only going to get better. I see the same people are becoming more and more convinced that we got to do something together. I'm getting a lot more messages. We got to keep going. So more meetings with lawmakers. We're going to make them listen to us. And we're going to let them hear our stories. So if you would like for me to record your stories in a video format, I can do that too. So like, say for example, you're a person who gets nervous talking to big law people or officials or whatever. Well, I have an idea. I can record it for you remotely. You can just dial into my studio. I'll record it, produce it, edit it for you, and then we can just send it to the lawmaker. And you don't have to be nervous or anything because you just be talking to me. And I'm easy to talk to, right? Right? So if you want to do that, if you want to record a video for the lawmaker of your choice to tell them I would like to have a meeting with you, or if you just want to let them know how you feel about the way the program is running, whatever you would like that's going to help the cause and be professional and nice and respectful, I would be willing to help you do that. If you want me to help you write the letter, because I'm a terrible writer. I always have typos. My spelling is terrible. Ever since I had my brain injury, I write things backwards. I say things backwards. I forget things. I have to have a robot Echo Dot tell me stuff all the time so I can stay on task. All my lights and stuff are on timers because I would forget to turn them on and off. You know, having a brain injury seems like, wow, he seems like he could do all this stuff, but I usually have to use so much technology to help me through the day that without technology, I probably will be like lost. Without you guys every day, I probably would be depressed and lost. But because I have you guys here with me through various methods, this makes things a little bit better for me. But if you see me have to take a break all of a sudden, don't panic. I just haven't planned a break, and I don't know exactly when I'm going to do it, but it's time for me to take a break for a minute, and maybe I'll just take a couple weeks off or whatever and just rest. Because guys, I just feel like shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been feeling like shit for a while, but I keep coming. And as long as I can sit in this chair, I'll be sitting in this chair. Today was close. I almost did make it, man. If you'd have seen me about 15 minutes ago, you'd have probably, he's not ready for today. But I hope you get out of bloom soon, Carrie. I hope you do. And before I go today, what's everybody having for dinner? I'm getting hungry. I'm having Bob Evans down on the farm. I know that's right, Hippie Smiles. I know that's right. And just so you know, I'm a huge Mars fan. I'm a huge SpaceX fan. One day I'm gonna be occupying Mars. No endorsement there. I just love space stuff. So if you see my NASA hat on sometimes, it's not an endorsement of NASA, but I freaking love space. You hear me? I'm a nerd. So if I start wearing nerdy stuff, that's because I'm just tired of wearing the same thing. I wear the same t-shirts. I'm like a robot. I have like a row of white t-shirts. That's all I wear. I wear the same jacket every day. I wear the same jacket in the winter. I don't change colors. I have brand new pair of shoes that I don't even wear. I would wear some sandals that I've had for years first before I would get my brand new shoes dirty. My brain injury just makes me do weird shit. So, Robert, hey brother, it's good to see you here, man. I'm glad to see you, man. I know you've been having a lot of work, man. I really appreciate you being here today, man. I know you're a busy guy, man. Man, chicken salad, that doesn't sound too bad. I told my girlfriend, I said, chicken or turkey? And she said, turkey. I said, okay, turkey from where? I said, Boston Market or Bob Evans? Which one would you guys go with? Would you go with Boston? Did you think we got Boston Market? Or do you think we got, I already lied. I already told you we got Bob Evans. See, you know, I messed that up already. But which one would you choose? Would you choose Boston Market or Bob Evans? Ooh, man. I don't know. The CBD, I could really feel that stuff, man. I'm really more than you guys know. I just did a little bit, and tell you what I feel like. I feel like I just did a dab or something. Would y'all believe me if I told you that I did a little bit of this CBD and I felt like I did a dab? You wouldn't believe me. Or would you? So no, I'm not, I don't feel like a super heavy duty psychoactive effect. I feel more coffee espresso, get something done effect. But I do feel effects up here in my cerebral. I do feel my anxiety going down. I feel this energy to get up and do something. So, and that's what we got to start doing sometimes. We're going to start doing some new videos. I'm working on a Delta 8 video, and I'm going to tell you right now what I'm going to try to do is bring a scientist on here to talk about it with me. I'm not going to just sit up here and pretend like I'm some expert on Delta 8 and Delta 9. But I am going to bring someone on here who is a university professor and who will have some scientific information to help us better understand the project. I know there's a lot of uncertainty about Delta 8 and Delta 8 specifically. And Delta 8 TAC is just a partner of Delta 9 TAC. And it does have some mild effects that are similar to Delta 9 TAC. Delta 8 occurs naturally in the curing process of cannabis. So the longer cannabis cures, the more Delta 8 TAC can be generated from the plant. Also, Delta 8 can be harvested from other hemp plants, but it's a low. Delta 8 has a much lower THC content, so it's why it's able to kind of slip over the little CBD thing. And then there's also this thing about people taking CBD flour and making it Delta 8. So we got a lot to learn. I'm not going to sit here and go all into it now. I'm just giving you a preview of something I'm working on. So with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the day with saying I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30. And if you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and hit that like, subscribe button and tell all your friends they need to be watching the show. And I'm going to learn. You go see, now you tell me something I don't know about. THCV is in victory. Dang you, Captain Green Toker. That's a whole nother video, man. So I'm going to have to figure out. You got to send me some info on THCV. I don't know what THCV is, but I want to know. All right. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.